Good evening, you're watching the news from the Southend Oman Television. Firstly, headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq consistent approach is based on peaceful coexistence between nations and sets an example of harmony and understanding. The Minister of Health assures its confirmation on taking all precautions. The measures from virus COVID-19 as the number of infected people in China and other countries increase. And the units of the Royal Army of Oman and the British Royal Forces conduct Mountain Storm joint drill to enhance combat readiness.
أقسم بالله العظيم أن أحترم النظام الأساسي للدولة والقوانين، وأن أرعى مصالح المواطنين وحرياتهم رعاية كاملة، وأن أحافظ على استقلال الوطن وسلامة أراضيه.
Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. In his first speech, His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq stressed that establishing and maintaining peace in the world is for the better of all humanity. This cannot be achieved without firm foundations of justice and coexistence between all peoples. In the era of regional disputes and disparities, Oman has set an example for coexistence and good neighborhood. Like his predecessor, His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq affirmed on Oman's foreign policy that is based on peaceful coexistence between nations and people of the world and on non-interference with international affairs of other countries. To protect the national interests, His Majesty, the late Sultan Qaboos, may his soul rest in peace, has implemented a balanced, tolerance-based foreign policy with all nations. Oman's foreign policy stems from the positive nature of Omani people that seeks peace and tranquility and shun conflict and extremism. Over the past 50 years of His Majesty the late Sultan rule, the foreign policy took a firm and constant approach towards many disputed issues and has maintained a positive non-interference policy in regional issues to de-escalate tensions and promote peaceful dialogue against using of force. In his first historical speech, His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq stressed the importance of preserving the achievements of the modern state and its prosperity, noting the legislation and laws that protect the country. The state of institutions and law was exemplified by opening the message in which the Omanis pledged allegiance to Sultan Haitham bin Tariq to launch another stage of renaissance that is progressing steadily towards a prosperous future for the loyal people of the homeland. More details in the following report.
A great event occurred for the Omani nation from the Council of Oman, recorded in the year 2020, in which the state of institutions and law, with its ministerial, shura, judiciary, security and military institutions, was embodied in the presence of the royal family, as Oman was all loyal to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq. Omanis greeted him and expected the same goodness as the late Sultan Qaboos did when he chose him and anticipated his abilities to carry the trust. So the first lines of his historical speech were an affirmation of preserving the achievement and looking at the future of the country and its prosperity.
ولقد بنى دولة عصرية شهد لها القاصي قبل الداني وشيد نهضة راسخة تجلت معالمها في منظومة القوانين والتشريعات التي ستحفظ البلاد وتنظم مسيرتها نحو مستقبل زاهر أراده لها، وأقام بنية أساسية غدت محطة أنظار العالم، وأسس منظومة اقتصادية واجتماعية قائمة على العدالة وتحقيق التنمية المستدامة.
A tribute to peace and glorification was conducted as Omanis looked forward to a brilliant future with His Majesty the Sultan. Few months ago, His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq asked Omanis to put their views and thoughts to prepare for future and the upcoming 20 years through Oman Vision 2040, taking into account that the state of institutions has been completed with no limit for their ambitions and aspirations, so as to enable them to be the planners and legislators and those who will implement this vision.
الرؤية المستقبلية عمان 2040 الذي يعد المفصل الرئيس في مشروع إعداد الرؤية والمتمم لمسيرة جهود حثيثة استمرت على الأعوام الماضية، وبناء على مخرجات تلك المراحل العملية تم تحديد التوجهات الاستراتيجية وفق أهداف أولية تضمنت التعليم والبحث العلمي وتمكين القدرات الوطنية، عماده الرعاية الصحية الرائدة، وإدارة اقتصادية تدعم التنوع الاقتصادي وتطور بيئة سوق العمل والتشغيل، وتتيح للقطاع الخاص أخذ زمام المبادرة لقيادة اقتصاد وطني تنافسي مندمج مع الاقتصاد العالمي.
His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, along with Omanis, are following the steps of the late His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, all in one ship, which is being led by His Majesty the Sultan against all waves of challenges, supported by the umbrella of the state of institutions and the Shura establishment that is represented in the state and Shura councils, and a well-established independent judiciary, and protected by a military and security institution.
لقد شاءت إرادة الله سبحانه أن نفقد أعز الرجال وأنقاهم المغفور له بإذن الله حضرة صاحب الجلالة السلطان قابوس بن سعيد بن تيمور رحمه الله، رجل لا يمكن لخطاب كهذا أن يوفيه حقه وأن يعدد ما أنجزه وما بناه، فجزاه الله خير ما جزاه، سلطانا عن شعبه وبلده وأمته، وأنزله منازل الصالحين وجعل مثواه في جنات النعيم.
The Ministry of Health follows up with the latest updates on the novel coronavirus, as more than 60,000 people have been infected by the virus and claimed the lives of over 1,400 individuals in China. The ministry affirmed that it has taken all the precautions with this virus and prepared to deal with any emergency in this regard. The World Health Organization has officially regarded the disease as COVID-19, Co for corona, for virus, and D for disease. The figure 19 indicates the year of its discovery in China. Airports around the world have taken extra measures to screen passengers to stop its spread. Doctors, health and pharmaceuticals institutions publish research on coronavirus and viable cure. Since the discovery of the novel coronavirus, the Ministry of Health has commenced with executive plan to deal with the virus by following up with international health institutions on the development and spread of the virus and by spreading awareness to the public on the hygienic practices. The Ministry of Health has enacted a quarantine protocol for people coming from infected areas for 14 days as a prevention measures to stop the spread of the virus. Still to come, our news bulletin. The Sultanate celebrates the World Radio Day, which falls on 13th of February every year. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Royal Army of Oman RAO, represented in the Sultan of Oman parachute, and a number of units of the army implemented the practical demonstration of the Omani-British joint drill Mountain Storm with the participation of units from Royal British Forces. The activities of the drill took place in training grounds of RAO in Jabal Akhbar. The drill showed the level of efficiency and qualifications of the affiliates of the Royal Army of Oman through the implementation of the operational plans and tasks, including military tactics with the drill. The activities of the drill were presided over by Major General Mathar bin Salim al-Blushi, Commander of the Royal Army of Oman. Major General Salim bin Salim Qatan, Commander of the National Defense College, received at the college's building in Muaskar Beit al-Falaj Dr. Herbert Schindler, head of the European Counter-Terrorism Center, currently visiting the Sultanate. During the meeting, they exchanged cordial talks and viewpoints on a number of matters of mutual concern. The Sultanate joined the world in celebrating the World Radio Day, which falls on the 13th of February every year, coinciding with the anniversary of inaugurating the United Nations Radio in 1946. The data issued by the National Center for Statistics and Information indicates that the total hours of the government radio broadcast hours for general, English and youth channels reached to 26,280 hours during the last year. The cultural programs took the largest number of the radio broadcast hours in general channels by 40%, while the entertainment and artistic programs have got more than 42% of the radio broadcast hours for youth radio channel. Meanwhile, the entertainment and artistic programs at the English general radio channel took more than 73%. This is the Sultan of Oman television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq's consistent approach is based on peaceful coexistence between nations and sets an example of harmony and understanding. The Minister of Health assures its confirmation on taking all precautionary measures from virus COVID-19 as the number of infected people in China and other countries increased. And the units of the Royal Army of Oman and the British Royal Forces conduct Mountain Storm joint drill to enhance combat readiness. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin from all of us here in the newsroom in the studios. Have a good weekend. Good night.